Imagine stepping outside tonight, and the sky is wrong. The stars are there, the clouds drift past. But something is missing. Something that's been there every single night for 4.5 billion years is gone. No moon. Not hidden behind clouds. Not in another phase. Gone. And within minutes, the world starts to unravel. This isn't science fiction. Every effect you're about to hear is grounded in real physics, and some of them will genuinely shock you. So, what actually happens if the moon vanishes for just 24 hours? Let's find out. The very first thing to change, and I mean instantly, is the ocean. Right now, the moon's gravity is pulling at Earth's oceans, creating the tidal bulges we call high tide and low tide. It's a gentle, rhythmic tug that's been shaping coastlines for billions of years. The moment the moon disappears, that tug is gone. But here's what most people don't realize. The sun also creates tides, about 46% as powerful as the moon's. So tides don't disappear entirely, but they drop dramatically, by more than half. That might sound fine, but those weakened, irregular tides would devastate marine ecosystems that have evolved around tidal rhythms. Creatures like horseshoe crabs only reproduce during specific tidal cycles. Certain fish only spawn at high tide. Coastal birds rely on the tide to expose the mudflats where they feed. And it gets worse. The moon doesn't just move tides up and down, it stirs the ocean. That constant sloshing helps drive the deep ocean circulation currents, the great conveyor belt that carries warm water from the tropics toward the poles and cold water back down. Scientists call it thermohaline circulation. Without the moon pulling at those currents, even for a single day, that circulation begins to stall. The full effects take weeks and months to unfold, but the clock starts now. And that's just the water. We haven't even talked about the sky yet. On a normal moonless night, you can still see by starlight, a faint silver glow. But that moonless night? The moon is still there, just not reflecting light toward us. Take the moon completely away, and something astonishing happens. The night sky explodes. Without any lunar glow to wash them out, stars and the Milky Way become shockingly vivid. If you live outside a city, the sky that night would look like something from a dark sky desert reserve, star-packed and overwhelming. For most people alive today, it would be the most spectacular sky they've ever seen. Beautiful, yes, but also completely disorienting for every nocturnal animal on Earth. Owls, bats, moths, fireflies. Their entire behavioral system runs on lunar light cycles. Even the migration patterns of certain birds are calibrated to moonlight. A sudden total absence would be biologically unprecedented. And here's a haunting detail. During those 24 hours, ocean bioluminescence would likely peak. Without competing moonlight, the glowing plankton just beneath the surface would be more visible than almost any humans have ever witnessed. The ocean, glowing blue-green in absolute darkness. Now here's where things get truly mind-bending. Earth spins on a tilted axis, 23.5 degrees. That tilt is what gives us seasons, and the moon is what keeps that tilt stable. The moon acts like a gravitational anchor on Earth's rotational wobble. Without it, scientists believe Earth's axial tilt could swing wildly over thousands of years, anywhere from 0 to 85 degrees. That's a planet that sometimes points nearly sideways at the sun. Now, one day isn't long enough to change our tilt. Physics doesn't work that fast. But here's the terrifying part. The moment the moon disappears, that stabilizing force is gone. Earth immediately begins to experience micro-wobbles in its rotation, tiny but measurable, like a spinning top that suddenly loses the finger steadying it. And our days? They'd start to get slightly longer. The moon's gravity has been acting as a brake on Earth's rotation for billions of years. Right now, it's slowly making our days longer, about 1.4 milliseconds per century. Remove that brake for 24 hours? Barely noticeable. But the mechanism that governs our planet's rotation suddenly has nothing pulling on it. The mathematical implications alone would send every astronomer on Earth into emergency meetings. Here's something almost nobody talks about. Humans have a biological relationship with the moon, and it's more real than most people admit. Studies published in Current Biology found that human sleep patterns shift measurably around the lunar cycle. People fall asleep later and sleep less in the days leading up to a full moon, even in controlled lab conditions with no moonlight visible. Scientists believe we may carry an ancient internal lunar clock, a relic from when our ancestors lived outdoors and the moon genuinely governed the night. Remove the moon suddenly for 24 hours, and that internal rhythm gets a signal it has never received before. No lunar reference point at all. Whether it would cause measurable disruption in one night is debated, but the philosophical weight of it is staggering. Every human who has ever lived has gone to sleep with the moon somewhere in the sky. For the first time in 4.5 billion years, it just isn't there. 24 hours later, the moon snaps back. And the ocean doesn't just calmly return to normal. That sudden reintroduction of lunar gravity would send a gravitational pulse through the tidal system. Coastal areas could experience unusual wave surges, not catastrophic, but jarring and measurable. The axis restabilizes. The tides rebuild. The nocturnal animals recalibrate. On the surface, Earth looks fine. But scientists would be watching something else entirely, because in that one day, we would have confirmed exactly how dependent our entire planet is on a rock 384,000 kilometers away. The moon isn't just decoration in the night sky. It is a stabilizer, a regulator, a clock. Here's what gets me about this scenario. We spend so much time thinking about what we'd do if an asteroid hit us, or a solar flare knocked out the grid. But the moon disappearing, even for a single day, reveals how quietly, invisibly dependent we are on things we never think about. The tides, the tilt, the darkness, the sleep. The moon doesn't just light the night, it holds the night together. If that made you think, subscribe. Because next time, we're asking something even bigger. What if the sun went dark for just 24 hours? I'll see you there.